these are the current standings at the midway point of the 4 events to determine the all-around champion. We're in the vault. The leader is Steffi Kraker. She had a 9.65. This is Marta Egavari of Hungary.
Marta's doing a layout Tsukahara for a vault. Lands it well. Watch how she gets tremendous push through her shoulders that she needs to get around on the vault.
Her score, a 9.7. That puts Egavari in second place to Steffi Kraker. 16-year-old Natalia Shaposhnikova of the Soviet Union currently tied for 7th.
Natalia's doing a Tsukahara with a full twist. Oh, pretty hard vault for a little girl like her.
And she hits it well.
Watch how she initiates the twist with her head. We'll see that right here.
Natalia Shaposhnikova of the Soviet Union. The judges are now conferring on her score. Nancy, we're only a couple of vaults away from America's top hope, Lisa Cawthron.
She has a good chance for a medal. And earlier I had a chance to spend some time with her, and I asked her what her goals are.
Right now, my goal is to be number 1 in the U.S. right now. And then World Games, that's coming up pretty soon. And then the Olympics, that's a long way off, and I'll be a senior then. And right now, I think I'll make it. My goals are really high for that.
Vaulting is your best event. What do you think about when you're standing at the end of the runway getting ready to run down?
Good run, hard block, and a good landing.
Shaposhnikova score 9.75. Tops in the vault. That moves her up in the all-around. Here's the favorite, Elena Mukina, tied for first place in the all-around.
She's doing a Tsukahara with a full twist.
Oh, no, she misses it. That'll drop her in the standings. That will cost.
Just as Lisa said, it's important to have a good, hard run. And I think that Elena had a slow run, which meant that she didn't get too much repulsion off the horse and landed with her head and chest low.
Her score, a 9.2. That drops Mukina from a tie for first down to 3rd place. Now that means Maria Filatova needs a 9.45 to take over sole possession of first place in the all-around competition.
Maria's vault is a layout Tsukahara. She nailed it. Watch the whipping action of her head and chest. That'll come right here. And then she lands it very solidly.
Filatova score, a 9.7. The Mighty Might has the lead in the all-around competition. And that brings up Lisa Cawthron of the United States, currently 10th in the standings. Nancy, this is her best event.
Lisa won the vault in the U.S. National Championships with a handspring front, which she'll be doing today. And I know somebody else who's cheering for Lisa, and that's her mother, because she takes gymnastics right along with her in Arlington, Texas.
Lisa Cawthron. Oh, she's got it! All right.
She's happy with that one.
That'll be in the upper 9. That's important to Lisa because regardless of how she does in the all-around, the top 8 in each event will qualify for the individual event finals. And you'll be seeing that next week on NBC Sportsworld. The judges still conferring on Lisa's score. It's a 9.7. The crowd doesn't agree with the whistles in Europe. They don't like it. But that does tie her for second best in this event, so she will be back next week. We've had some scoring controversies in the World Cup. I'm now being joined by Jackie Fye of the International Judging Committee. Jackie, was that a fair score for Lisa, a 9.7?
Yes, I think it was a fair score. I was very pleased with the 9.7 because I think she received all the points that she deserved. I think that the judges probably deducted 0.2 of a point for the slight shortness in the afterflight, and then 1 point for the other overall vault in terms of it not being quite as high as it could be. The ultimate was not quite as high as we could have achieved.
I think perhaps the crowd was reacting to a comparison with the scores for the Russian girls. Now, were they scored fairly?
Well, that's a tough question, Charlie. I think that Lisa is being in second place with a 9.7. I think that she is in the proper order, and I think she has a very fine chance of winning a medal.
Jackie, that's the perfect dodge.
At least Lisa was happy with her score.
And she should be. Here are the all-around standings with only one event remaining. We'll be back with that final event, the floor exercise, in just a moment.
tax service.
Here's Elmer, the tax cheat. For years, he was cheating himself on his taxes, not getting all the deductions and tax advantages he's entitled to.
But I'm not cheating myself anymore. I found out about Beneficial Income Tax Service. The people who care about you, about your dependents, your deductions, your job, owning a home, all the items that make your tax return special.
This year, see Beneficial Income Tax Service, the people who care about you, at your nearby Beneficial Finance System office.
And don't cheat yourself.
Does your big 12-cup coffee maker make more coffee than you need? Then get the new Mini Drip coffee maker from Hamilton Beach. The Mini Drip is designed to brew 2 to 4 cups of coffee fast. Every cup hot, fresh brewed, and delicious, not warmed over. Want another cup or two? It's yours in less than 3 minutes without one drop of waste. So stop pouring coffee and energy down the drain. Get the new Mini Drip, a great gift. Only from the Hamilton Beach Scoville World of Appliances.
At Datsun, economy is not our only mission. The Datsun V210GX, from its all-steel unibody up, it's Datsun, driven to deliver the greatest economy of all, quality.
Nobody demands more from a Datsun than Datsun. We are driven.
Hang tough, Datsun.
Schlitz Light. Schlitz Light beer has a third fewer calories than our other fine beer, and all the taste beer drinkers expect from Schlitz.
Is that what that guy always drinks?
That's his beer. It's the only light beer with gusto.
I'll have a Schlitz Light.
Take it, too.
Beer drinkers know it took Schlitz to bring the taste to light.
This is Charlie Jones and Nancy Thies, the final event of the all-around competition, the floor exercise. 17-year-old Steffi Kraker of East Germany. Steffi is currently in second place in the all-around, only 0.3 of a point behind Maria Filatova.
The floor exercise is not Steffi's strongest event, but a good, solid performance, and she's got a medal.
In addition, a good score could put a lot of pressure on Filatova, Nancy.
That's right. I'd say the only criticism of Steffi's routine is that she doesn't quite have the flair that she needs for a really high score. We can compare her dancing abilities to those of the Russians that we'll see pretty soon. She needs to be just a little bit more uninhibited. Here she goes for her last tumbling run, which is a layout back somersault.
Steffi Kraker of East Germany.
Steffi's twist on her double full is done really well. Watch how she initiates the twist with her head. She'll immediately look back as soon as she comes up off the ground, right there.
Her score, a 9.65, may not be good enough to hold off Filatova. Natalia Shaposhnikova of the Soviet Union in 5th place in the all-around, a strong finish, and she could have a medal.
Charlie, Natalia's character routine as a matador is really fun to watch. You can see that the routine shows how flexible she is, too. Here she goes for her second tumbling run. Alternating back somersaults. I think we can really see the difference here between the Russians and the other girls. They seem to have the dance really perfected. Little original move there on the floor. Now she's really standing in the corner there for a little bit longer than usual. Here she goes for her last tumbling run, which is a double back. She made it.
Natalia Shaposhnikova of the Soviet Union.
What impresses me about the Russians is how they combine the characterized style, such as the matador, with the classical style of dance, something we need to work on in the United States.
Her score, a 9.85 for Shaposhnikova. That jumps her all the way from 5th to 2nd place, with only Maria Filatova remaining and assures Shaposhnikova of a medal. Nancy has now been joined by Lisa Cawthron, who did so well in the vault.
Lisa, your first competition in Europe is over. How do you think you did?
I think I did pretty good for the first time. Everything was consistent. Felt I could have done a little better on some events, but for the first time, okay.
She does spend a lot of time in the corner, Nancy.
She does, and if she were in the United States, there probably would be somewhat of a deduction there, but I don't know how these international judges are going to judge. She's getting ready to go for her last tumbling run, which is another double back. Oh, great. I think she's got it won now.
Maria Filatova. Remember, Filatova needs a 9.4 or better to win that gold medal.
Oh, that was much better than a 9.4. With that performance, I don't think there's any question that she has it won.
Her score, a 9.85. And Maria Filatova, the Soviet Union, wins the gold medal. Steffi Kraker of East Germany, the silver. Natalia Shaposhnikova of the Soviet Union, the bronze. Lisa Cawthron of the United States ties for 8th. She'll be back next week for the individual finals. This is Charlie Jones and Nancy Dees, Oviedo, Spain. Let's return to the Muhammad Ali Invitational Track Meet in Long Beach.
This is